Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks, part 3 of this. If you didn't watch part 2, it's one of my better videos, and I'm kind of excited about it. I sent it to a couple of my mentors, and they agreed that it was enjoyable. But that allows us to do stuff like this. More so, this is an age-old problem for me to get this thing to rotate when there's so much going on. This changes that. So we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start with a 10-sided round object, an ellipse. I'm going to set my nudge factor on a 1/2 inch because we got a 10-inch ellipse. And I'm going to hit the plus key. I didn't change my nudge factor. Well, I did, but I changed it to 1/2 inch. And whenever you have a jig like that, start over. Now we're going to take this object, and I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool. Black might not be the best color, but it's going to work. We're going to left click, right click. And if you look, there's some nodes, but the nodes are equal, one, with the exception of the outer circle has 2 extra nodes. If you look at your screen when you do this, that moved. If you do this, I don't see anything moving. And so now the nodes are equal. There's 3 nodes on each. Take your 2 nodes on this end and right click your mouse, break it apart. Then you still got to go and break the curve apart. Now we can move this line out of the way. And the reason I'm doing that, you know what? I'm going to move them the other way because I don't want to interfere. The reason I'm doing that is look at the direction of the curve. This one is going from the bottom up. This one is going from the bottom down. So I'm going to select that one. I'm going to right click and I'm going to reverse the subpath. I'm going to move this back. So I have now 2 lines. I'm going to go to Effects and Blend, and I'm going to blend it that same 16 times. And because you got rid of the nodes, they're perfect. Now I'm going to group that together, and then I'm going to get rid of that one. And it's the same scenario as we did in part 2. Let me get rid of that Docker. I'm going to take that item, Control D, Alternate C, or move it to the center, 120 degrees, Control D, 240. Now, this is the same thing, but in case you didn't watch part 1, I'm going to bring in an indexing line to the center of the page. Maybe we'll do it both ways. And I'm going to take I know it's already 433 because I just did it a couple hours ago. I would suggest holding down the control button so it's perpendicular, and we got 4.33. So let's take away the indexing lines. And let's move this one down 4.33. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of our circle. Now I need to move it over 2.5 inches, a quarter of the circle. Look at that one. This one, I don't even have to change my nudge factor. This one needs to move over 5 inches, but I can just hit it twice. Now, and I could have already decorated it. I'm going to group that together and hit P, but that's not the center of the page. And if we look, there's no nodes to tell us where the midpoint of this line is. It's just all edge. And for just a second, I'm going to change my nudge factor like 10 inches. And this is how you find the center of this. I'm going to smart fill it, move it out of the way. That's probably far enough. I'm going to left click, right click. I'm going to make it red. Then this has nodes or midpoints. And I'm going to take a 2-point line and go to the midpoint and up to that point or node. Go to the midpoint and up to that point. You need to be perfect. Now, Control G to group this together. And I'm going to nudge it right back over there. That is the center of our rotation. Now, I'm not going to do anything with this, so I'm going to Control G to group it. And then I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool and fill in, you know what, I did black, and that black, woo, pretty outstanding. I'm going to use blue and black. I'm going to fill in, you know what, I could fill in every other line with blue, and every other line with blue. So you could do whatever you want to with it. Now, this is a group, so I can select just the blue and group it together. As you can see, now I got just the blue. I can actually, well, I'm not going to delete it yet. I need that for my center rotation. Again, I'm going to take that's selected, so I'm going to take my interactive fill tool, and I'm going to go pretty much from the bottom and put black. You know, I do that a lot. I could have put black everywhere, and just put a blue in the middle, and it got the same result. Okay, when that happens, I missed the line. You need to go to the line till it says plus. Look at that. Now, I should have, well, I can still do it. I'm going to go to Object, Group, and Ungroup. And I'm going to move that out of the way. And I've still got my centerable object. Control G to group it, just to make sure. Control D to duplicate it. Click and move the center rotation to the center. It's going to say intersection. I don't know if I made a copy, but I did. And look at that. And then you can remove this. Let's see what it looks like with a black box. Pretty spooky. Pretty cool. Anyway, if you didn't watch part 2, it might be a little bit more information on that. But I would. You don't have to watch part 1 because we just made this, and it was not very mathematically perfect. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody someday, and thank you for watching.